Dear friends, good morning. I, Justin Singh Kailasia, welcomes you in our YouTube channel, Para Germinates the Democracy. Today, we are discussing the second part of our episode. The title of this episode is The Himalayan Historical Mistakes of Indian Democracy. As we have requested that we have made a write-up of this chapter, so we are directly reading like that. So many eminent historians believe that so-called independence movement was not actually against the British rule as mass movement, public revolution, but it was the manifestation of displeasure of Indian ruling class against the British government. The reason behind this displeasure were that gradually and continuously the British government, according to the modern jurisprudence principles and provisions of human rights, enacting and implementing such legal acts, rules, regulations, socio-economic and political provisions, those were in one side reducing, abolishing special privileges and rights of all Indian kings, feudals, nawabs, theocrats and other privileged classes, and in other side all these provisions, acts, rules were ensuring and guaranteeing the fundamental human rights of common masses. Not even this, Indian ruling class were very displeased with the fact that because of enactment and implementation of these acts, rules, regulations, provisions, their cultural, religious, theosophical and the social value system are being settled down, and under their specific social value system their clutches were becoming weakened upon Sudras. Hence, Indian ruling class took full advantage of the uncomfortable situation of British Empire because of both the world wars and pressurized on them to hand over ruling power as early as possible. In proof of these things, you can study of some good textbooks. Those are recommended in LLB and LLM courses titled as Indian Legal History and Indian Constitutional History. Please note that all these things are not being studied in general history subject. All these historical facts have been wiped out. When we study history deeply, then we find the fact that so many kings demanded to Britishers that you leave India in the same position as that of you have conquered India. It means hand over the political ruling power to only them, that is the then kings and nawabs, so that they can establish their dictatorship and nawabis. This was the reason during the process of mergers of local, regional, princely states of Indian geographical region into United States of India. The then leaders, military bureaucrats faced so many difficulties. The above all descriptions indicate that in context to the real democracy and real public representation, the historical event of the date 14th and 15th August 1947 took place very early and premature. All these things can be explained in other words like this, that up till 1947 common masses of this Indian geographical region were not mentally, educationally, intellectually, wakefully capable, so also their rational, logistic thinking and scientific temperament were not up to the standard which is minimally required to adopt, decorate and to furnish the modern day democracy. So also in those days the common masses were also not able to adopt, enact and implement upon themselves such a constitution which can be called as a socialistic democratic constitution of India, a read of Indian people. Up till the year 1947, common masses of whole of this Indian subcontinent were as the subject, not as a people, Lok or Ganas. Due to this Himalayan historical mistakes, lapse, it is badly resulted as that the ruling class of India snatched and controlled the key of ruling power from hands of Britishers in context of the fact of premature independency. So many persons criticize Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar by producing distorted and false fact in context of the fact of premature independency. So many persons criticize Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar by producing distorted and false fact as that he never wanted that India must be independent and he was a stooge of Britishers. Reality is this: when the communal award toppled down by the Indian ruling class and made implemented Pune Pact since 1934, then Dr. B.R. Ambedkar categorically mentioned before Britishers that after independence, Indian ruling class will not properly implemented the provisions of Pune Pact with good intentions. Hence, you means the Britishers implement them with high speed in a 100% quantum and in practical manner. Then after this, you make independent this country, and then the doubt of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar come true. After 1947, the provisions of Pune Pact reversely has been used against the SCs, STs and OBCs as a weapon by Indian ruling class. It is pertinent to mention here that under the theme of communal award and then after this under the theme of Pune Pact, Article 340 of the Constitution of Independent India has been incorporated. Under this article, very important provisions of fundamental rights of 52% population of other backward class has been ensured and guaranteed. But ruling class of India is not even ready to talk about this important provisions. Then where is the question of to implement it? Anyone accept or not of our this analysis, but our conclusion is that anyone accept or not of our this analysis, but our conclusion is this, that root cause of formation of Pakistan east and west, then after this huge mass murder, bloodshed, violence and problem of Jammu and Kashmir, land disputes with China, etc., really due to this premature independence. During the process of transfer of power, actually common men were not able to know and understand orthodoxical mentality, enmity, whim, obstinate greediness, ruling interests, feudal mentality of Indian ruling class, so that they can give the challenge to this ruling class and shatter their undemocratic objects. These are all the Himalayan historical mistakes, lapses for which common masses of whole of this southern Western Asia are suffering today. In this context of this historical Himalayan mistake, lapses, here a mentionable and important thing is that in beginning of 20th century, when manifestation of rationalistic, logistic thinking and scientific temperament started in the country, so also along with this development, when Britishers opened the doors of education institution for Sudras, depressed classes, even that they provided all the facilities for higher education in foreign countries. Then Periyar Ramaswamy, Jyotiba Phule, Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, N.M. Roy, and famous communist thinker Lalai Singh Yadav, and so many eminent personalities came into existence. Those launched movement for sufferers, destitutes, exploited common masses. In so many issues, they got success. The process of liberation of destitute masses has been visible after independence. Up till 2-3 decades, a considerable progress been observed in these directions. But after this, we observed that the trend was in diminishing directions. In some directions, constitutional provisions of common masses gravely violated, and in other sides, as that directed in the preamble, which is soul of the Constitution, contrary, the country have to made as socialistic, democratic, secular, but contrary to these preambulic directions, the country moved towards the direction of becoming capitalistic, theocratic state. In these anti-constitutional directions and negative trends, we determined that demolitions of Babri Masjid is a biggest turning point. This pathetic event paved the way for establishment of theocratic state in a hidden manner. India is a greatest, largest and living democracy of the world is only a slogan and propaganda. The second turning point is the year of 2000 and around it, when policies of LPG adopted by the ruling class of India. Then implementation of foreign investment, now 10% foreign investment against the preamble of Constitution. Establishment of socialistic society has been shattered down. In order of Honorable Supreme Court for construction of Ram Temple against the basic principle of jurisprudence, that is the science of law and justice, is the another historical turning point for future development in Indian subcontinent. Now India is converted into a capitalistic state. Now common masses of India become as the subject of the king. Friends, with this we conclude our this episode. Thanks for being with us. If you think that our ideas are basically radical in nature and you think these ideas are really revolutionary in nature, so kindly please subscribe, like and share our this YouTube channel. Again, thanks. Namaskar.